The local black elements of Seattle, Tacoma, again, rubbed in their notion that clearly all believe, or a wing or not of them, believe that Nora was poisoned and that her cancer was unnatural. They clearly believe that. And they're promoting it for the last 48 hours to justify murdering that woman downtown who was white. I'm trying to understand their logic. It's clearly an argument put forward from UW Dialectical because the way they sold it was they had an attaché system from the Green Party, from Greenpeace, from Noam Chomsky, Clint Eastwood, and they had a Latino positioned with the help of a Clint Eastwood bus driver, both of whom were white, to dramatize their effective little syndicate, following me down the street from behind and coming out in front of me to make sure I know they know where I live and all the other stuff that they do in their episodes. It's a multiracial syndicate. It's not just black and white. Now, they did this when they killed that girl in Pittsburgh in the name of Tupac Shaker, I guess. Lena Shaker. These were wise owls of the Black Power movement, focusing on a stereotype. We get one of theirs, they get one of ours, we get one of theirs. First time I heard that was Erin Bush, a white girl who was thieving, working with Vince Irene and so on. Black people die of a higher rate of cancer, so we need to establish the expanding pie system of analysis. You know, this is spinner beanie stuff. If somebody poisoned Nora, I would be all in favor of identifying that fact, who they were, and bringing them to justice. I'd like Nora. But they said this comes from the white. In other words, if I show that I'm concerned about, they're trying to silence me in contributing to the discussion about any of these issues. They don't want me to like Nora, because my liking Nora may have jinxed her. If I say anything at all about my suspicions about Tupac, which involved a black and a white, they have to slay a white. And it makes sense to the establishment and the administration in Seattle. That's what's so psychotic, it's beyond belief. They actually soothsay this stuff to themselves, that this makes sense. Now, an argument could be made that through some uncanny gridlock of misfortune, somebody heard me talk about how I was poisoned in the lip by a girl who was white, foreshadowed it. Poisoned in the lip by a gang of white people in front of witnesses, white people, poisoned a white. And they saw my zodiac indelibles about the parochial extremist who was white, a racist gang in Pittsburgh. And the German Green Party left these indelible zodiacs on my father. So in other words, I jinxed my father. I brought it on my father. I brought it on Nora and my father. Oh boy. Because I love them for being part of the community trust of public education. And that is my crime. That is the crime of the girl who was shot downtown by extension, because she represents the innocent white. And this comes from the mind of spinner beanies. And you don't imagine, don't have some confirmatory bias that a black was behind it. Okay, they line up black people to believe them as though because they thought it, the intuition made it true. knowing nothing about how Hollywood preys on people's imaginations, apparently. And this indecency was something I tried to warn Seattle Central about before Shannon Harps was murdered. Shannon Harps was murdered by a white man. Get it? A white on white crime. But that means that I'm a racist to the Svengali system of the Green Party at UW Dialectical. Because I named a white murderer killing a white girl, I am therefore a racist. This is the logic of the administration in Seattle. This is what they actually say to themselves. They say it's an automatic feed. And they're all brothers from another planet. Oh my goodness. An honorary, the black man made that movie. Clint Eastwood and Noam Chomsky are honorary the black man. Ask Spinner Beanie himself, Cornel West. Teresa Hines is an honorary the African warrior. Warrior, ask Dr. Proctor. This is what we're getting from the administration of our universities and schools.